the Augusta Marriott. And joining us first up is a very special guest. She is our undergraduate commencement speaker, Miss Ebony Watts. Good morning, Ebony.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. How's it feeling? You're about to graduate.
Pretty good, considering that I didn't have a high school graduation, so This is the first one of many.
Well, I'm excited for you, and I guess just trying to recap your AU experience, because you've been involved in so many different things, being Miss AU, 1828 ambassador, working at the JSAC, the list goes on and on. I guess just how would you say AU has helped you just grow personally and professionally over the years?
I can definitely say throughout my undergraduate career that I've learned how to speak more for myself and just being confident in like what I know. I could say when I first came to AU, I quite honestly don't remember myself, and I feel like I've had a lot of growth since then, but I can say that I was very soft-spoken and I didn't have as much confidence in like what I knew, or even if I didn't know something, then I would like go to the back burner and just have someone else speak up for me, I guess. But now, like I said, I feel very confident about everything that I've done. I'm happy that I chose AU, even though AU was not my first choice, but I haven't looked back since I came here, so.
Well, we're definitely happy to have you over the years. And can you give us a little preview of your speech? What's the theme? What type of vibe are we gonna expect from you this morning?
So hopefully, as well as just knowing that wherever you end up, that's where you're supposed to be. And also just making sure that you're always yourself. One of the things that I say in my speech is that no one can be you. So just making sure that you're confident in knowing who you are and not letting anyone trying to steer you off that pathway.
Okay. And like I mentioned before, you've been involved in a bunch of different things over the years. What would you say has been one of the most rewarding parts of being a part of JAG Nation?
Meeting the different people that make up JAG Nation, for sure. I can say during my reign as Miss AU, I learned a lot about the different populations of our student body and how everyone's voice matters because everyone's experience builds up what JAG Nation is known to be. So just really getting to meet everyone and, knowing everyone's differences and what they really like and the different hobbies that every student has, it really shows the diverse part of our college.
Yeah. And what would you say is like one piece of advice you would give to your fellow graduates, since you are about to speak to them anyway, but a piece of advice?
Don't be afraid to take that leap of faith in doing something that you're not used to doing. I had the opportunity of running for Miss AU and surprisingly winning, but that was a leap of faith that I took, and obviously it got me this far. So just don't be afraid to take that leap of faith and really just go after your dreams or go after things that you don't even think that you're going to be able to do, because you never know what could happen.
I love that. I think you were a fabulous Miss AU.
Thank you. I tried.
When we have you, what would you say you're going to miss the most about being a student here?
Okay. I think my undergraduate career was kind of wishy-washy, I guess you could say. And during my junior year, I really found a family at AU, which were my 1828 ambassador friends and family, also the advisor of the organization. So I feel like I'm going to miss them the most because I feel like I could go to them about anything. If I'm sad, happy. I know I can still talk to them after graduation, but it's kind of different when you're not involved in it anymore and you're an alumni of it rather than being part of it.
And what would you say are you most excited for as a very soon-to-be alum?
I'm excited to start grad school, not gonna lie. I'm starting grad school in January. I'm messing up my J months. There we go. But I'm starting grad school in January at AU in the Masters of Science in Kinesiology. So I'm hoping.
That's exciting, congrats.
Thank you. I'm hoping that it's a very exciting journey to see what grad school has to offer, as well as like my new job and everything. So everything's lining up how I need it to be. I just hope it continues.
I gotcha. And any final thoughts before I let you go?
Thank you for the opportunity. It's been nice working with you like the past year or so. So even like my interviews for like Miss AU and stuff like that, it's been nice to really have this relationship with you and like all the interviews and stuff like that. So thank you for that and just being a nice open ear. Yeah.
Well, I've really appreciated all of the work that you've done for the university and seeing you flourish over this past year or so at Miss AU, but also in all your other roles. Definitely think campus is going to miss you a lot. But I'm excited that you still get to stay around a little bit
Yes.
with grad school. So wishing you the best. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
And for those watching, stay tuned because we got some more stuff coming up. Welcome back, y'all, to our pre-show, and joining us is a very, very special guest because you've seen him around plenty of times, but now we're actually getting to talk to the man behind the mask a little bit, Mr. Zach Thurman. How's it going, Zach?
Good, how are you?
So, Zach, for those who may not know, you have actually been Augustus for quite some time. So, diving right in, what would you say has been the most fun about being our mascot?
Well, I can't forget about the time we went on the campus rec ski trip and I got to slide down the slopes in full suit in a snow tube. It kept me warm, and even though I couldn't see where I was going necessarily because I was spinning so much, that was one of my favorite memories from being Augustus.
That was a fun thing to watch and to witness because we got to do that. We did that together. And how would you say just Augustus has helped you connect with the AU community at large?
Well, I've been a part of the AU community because my mom worked at the school for 33 years, and all three of my family members have graduated from the school. So I got to meet Alley Cat when we were at ASU, the old mascot, and then transition into Augustus and actually be Augustus. I was a part of a lot of the orientation groups and all of the different events around campus, and even though you could see all of your friends, you can't talk to them because you're in the suit, and you can't just go up, hey, how are you? But everybody recognizes you because you're Augustus, you're one of the centerpieces of the university, so everybody's warm and welcoming to you and wants to come up and take a picture, hug you, pull your tail if they're little kids, which is always, you get used to it. But overall, it just helped me connect with the students. Even though I couldn't say anything to them, it was like they've known me for a very long time, and it was just very warm and welcoming to it.
Yeah, and speaking of your mom and your family, like you're going to be a legacy graduate. So how does that feel knowing that you're kind of following what is like a family tradition to graduate from here? It's
a great feeling because, like I said, I've been a part of the university since I was 8 weeks old, something around there. Been going to AU basketball games since about 8 weeks. So to be the last one in my immediate family, my mom, my dad, and my sister, to graduate, I'm kind of rounding up the family, and everybody's going to have a ASU or Augusta College or a AU diploma. We can all kind of hold them up and say, hey, we all four did it. So that's exciting.
And then speaking a little bit, or shifting gears a little bit into your major, you're going into education. So how did you choose that as your career choice?
Well, it was a very odd way because I went through 3 or 4 different choices. I went through just a business degree, nursing, which I took anatomy and couldn't do it. Figured out, that's not something for me. And then through my mom's connections, I was able to talk with people.
Got a surprise guest.
Hey, buddy.
This is trippy a little bit, I guess.
It is. It feels weird seeing him outside the suit. But going through education just kind of was a choice, a pick that I had. And I've always worked with kids through the Y. And then I was like, you know what, let's give it a try. And it worked out, and I've stuck with it and really enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to getting my degree in this and then going to grad school right after.
Nice. And I guess through all of your involvements and all of your time as being Augustus, what is one lesson that you kind of feel like you learned throughout your time here? I'll stick with you.
Oh, that's a tough question. Just say make the most of what you're given. I mean, yeah, you may have some tough tests, some tough things going on. I've experienced that, but just make the most of what you're given. Have fun, socialize on campus, hang out with this guy, and yeah, just make the most of it.
I love that. And last question before I let you go, if Augustus could talk, what would he say about graduating probably in a few minutes at this point?
He wouldn't really believe it. I didn't think he would. But he's excited to graduate, and that's about it. It's a great day for all grads. It's an exciting day, so he's just proud and happy to graduate.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for being here, Zach.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Augustus, for being here as well. And for those watching, stay tuned because we'll be right back with some more guests. Welcome back, you guys, to our pre-show. And I've been telling you all morning we have some very special guests, but these are two very, very special guests, some VIPs. They are the President and First Lady of Augusta University. So good morning to Dr. King and our First Lady. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are y'all?
Great.
I'm great.
Thank you for being here. Super excited to have you both. At this point, you guys completed your first semester as President and First Lady, so.
We did it.
Yeah, you did it. How do you feel? How do you think it went for your first semester?
I think it was better than we could have expected, other than the hurricane, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, it really has been just exceeding expectations in so many ways, and just the honor to serve in these roles and to represent our students and our faculty and our staff and our stakeholders. It's been really a lifetime opportunity.
Well, I think you guys have been doing a phenomenal job so far. What would you say are some highlights from this semester? There's been a lot of things happening this semester, and I know you've been counting your days up so far.
Yes.
So yeah, what would you say are some highlights?
Yeah, so we're around 165 days here. I'll let you speak for yourself there, but for us, really, that first day was amazing. We started by speaking with a couple of classrooms, and just the outpouring of support from the community was phenomenal. A lot of excitement in there. Of course, got some big shoes to fill. You know, Dr. Kill, I still keep in touch with him, and he was such a phenomenal leader for this organization. But just the willingness and the excitement of a new beginning, I think, has been certainly a highlight. And then, you know, as Karen mentioned earlier, the Hurricane Helene was sort of a sucker punch for all of us. But in that, and I wrote a little email to our leadership and our university about, you know, our beauty in the ashes, and some of the beauty that really arose from all the devastation around us was just the resiliency, the spirit of Augusta University and Jack Nation and our community, everybody coming together and helping those who needed help. It gave us a lot of opportunities to demonstrate how much we love one another. But and then this, you know, commencement has just been a huge highlight.
Huge.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Last night was your first time as shaking the hands and being present, master of ceremonies for commencement. So how was that to be able to be front and center for the ceremony?
It was a little surreal, really. I'd never been I'd always been sitting in the front row and had a front row view of all the shoe trends and styles. But I'd never been in the position of seeing the faces of the students when they initially get hooded or they shake their hand or hear their name called across that stage. And really, it was sort of an emotional moment to some degree, because I remember how it felt, you know, in all this is an undergrad, graduate, and doctoral program, and just being able to see them in that moment and shake their hand and tell them congratulations, and each and every one of them just said, you know, we're proud of you, and I'm proud of you, and it was really special. I really wasn't expecting. It was going to be excitement. I certainly felt the excitement, but just a little bit of an emotional thing to see those students and that smile and be able to look them in the eye right when they receive it.
Absolutely. And it was emotional for me to see him up there as president, you know, because he's worked for that for so long.
Yeah, she was just saying, please don't screw it up.
Do you have any advice for our new graduates? They're about to walk across the stage and meet you in a few moments, so any advice for them that you'd like to share?
You know, there's so many people out there and so many voices that offer advice and words of wisdom, and a lot of them are really good, and to listen to them. But I think what I've learned more than anything is that resiliency, that sometimes a detour in your plan is really just the beginning of a greater plan. and just to surround yourself with supportive, loving people at home and in the workplace. And I think that's what makes life really great. And I'm sure our commencement speaker, Dr. Turner, last night offered some great advice about keep moving forward. And whatever you do, if you get knocked down, get up and keep moving forward. And I'm sure our commencement speaker, Kennedy, will offer some great words of wisdom too. Karen is actually the wise one in our family, so maybe you've got some words of wisdom there.
I would just say there are going to be some bad days, and to know that's not a derailment. Like you said, it's all about resiliency and getting back up every day with a positive attitude. Set goals and go after them.
I love that. Well, thank you both for being here this morning. I'm looking forward to seeing you on stage again in a few moments. And yeah, for those watching, I hope you stay tuned for the actual ceremony coming at you real soon. All right, y'all, we have made it to our last segment for the pre-show. So we have a very, very special guest. She is a super alum, and she's here to talk to us a little bit about some alumni things. So give a warm general welcome to Miss Alyssa Johnson.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here with us this morning. It's a little chilly. So as an AU alum, what would you say is your favorite part about staying connected to your alma mater? Because you're a double jag.
Yes, so staying connected has been really helpful to continue to build community, to continue to be connected in service, continue to be able to volunteer. I was talking to the Keens about being able to see the behind the scenes and how we put together all the amazing alumni activities and making sure that we're just staying and supporting the university even after our collegiate days are gone. So it's probably one of my favorite parts is still being able to be part of the Augusta University community.
Yeah, and what would you say are some of the most impactful alumni resources that have been available to you throughout the years?
Well, I think being part of the Alumni Somerville Board has been super helpful. There's so many resources that I didn't even know were available through them and making connections there. I also think that utilizing our social media is really important for updates and recognizing what's happening, when it's happening. I think that's how I've been watching even your podcast is through making sure I'm checking at our socials and checking back to make sure, but also making sure you update those emails and because we do lose those coveted Augusta.edu emails, and I want to make sure that we're able to stay connected as we continue in our lives and in our journey. So.
And thank you for listening to the podcast.
Yeah, of course.
And what would you say about just thinking of your student experience has been one of the most beneficial parts as a student of just being involved in JAG Nation?
I will say that one of the biggest turning points for me was my connection to my professors. I remember Dr. Bill Reese encouraging us to volunteer at a local nonprofit, and that really was the trajectory for my community. I had no interest in volunteering or service. I wanted the extra credit, but I did it, and I loved it, and I continued to do that, and that's kind of where I landed and put myself in this position now to be able to continue that service and continue helping to support others in their journeys.
As an alum, I'm grateful for all that you do on the Somerville Alumni Board.
Thank you.
And what advice would you give to our new graduates as they are about to walk across the stage in a few moments?
I would say just if there's something that calls to you, lean into that. Make sure that you're following your passion and following the things that are meaningful to you. And if you need support, ask for it. I think that this place and the connections that I've made here have been super helpful in my career beyond my collegiate years. I can pick up the phone and call many of my professors and my old colleagues. So staying connected and follow whatever calls to you.
And if you could go back to your student days and relive any moment, what would that be? Or what first comes to mind?
I'm not sure. I really enjoyed my Greek life and connecting with my sisters, but I also really enjoyed just being in the what we call the JSAC and being connected to all our peers. So I think just student life in general, being on campus, because it comes alive when you're here.
I love that. For me, what first comes to mind is for homecoming week, one of my closest friends decided to run for homecoming queen. And so that year we all had came together to be a part of the step show to support
nice.
her. I'm not a dancer. I'm not a live performer by any means. Well, I guess I kind of am with this gig. But when it comes to dance, and especially stepping, that was not something that was within my realm. So
You did it though.
yes, we did it, and we came in second place.
Okay,
so that was a
good.
surprise to everybody, because for us, we were just feeling around trying to make sure that she was involved to, get the coded homecoming points to qualify to become queen. And so that was definitely a very unexpected highlight that was super memorable for me.
Oh, good. And you supported your friend.
Yes, and shout out to her because she recently got engaged over the Thanksgiving break. So
congratulations.
Yeah. So any final thoughts before I let you go?
Just make sure that you update those emails, follow those socials, and reach out to your alumni board. I think it's really important that they do so that they can continue to stay connected.
All right, well, thank you, Alyssa, for
Thank
being
you.
here. Thank you guys for watching, and the ceremony is just about to begin. I think we can hear the music playing a little bit, so thank y'all so much, and I can't wait to see you guys back next year.